flags will be led by myself. Please rise.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight thankful for the opportunity to gather here freely tonight to serve and discuss the business of this great city. Please guide our thoughts and decisions so that they will be made pleasing in your eye. Please bless our city staff and be with our employees, especially those that are working out in the heat. Keep them safe. As always, Father, thank you. We ask that you would keep our first responders. Bless them, keep them safe from harm as they place themselves in harm's way for our protection. We ask these things in your most holy and heavenly name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we have a couple of things before we get into the meat of our business, and our first one is kind of personal. We had a special recognition of the young lady sitting next to me, Councilman Beatrice Thompson, last week, I think. It seems like a long time, but at the Municipal Association of South Carolina had their summer meetings in the lower part of the state. And, you know, I wanted to just read something. The first day of the meeting, we somewhat surprised Dr. Thompson. We kept it a secret with her sons, who helped me keep it a secret. We coordinated this, but as you know, Dr. Thompson, she doesn't like me to say this, but she's the longest serving council person in the state of South Carolina. And I thought we should recognize that in regards to the Municipal Association. And so on Thursday, July 17th, at our association meeting, Dr. Thompson was recognized and presented her with the Allison Farrell Award. And I want to read what this award is the E. Allison Farrell Award is the highest award given by the Municipal Association to honor a person within municipal government who has contributed significantly to the advancement of municipal government in South Carolina. It is named in memory of and respect for former council member Allison Farrell of Myrtle Beach. What I didn't know is that there have only been 21 people who received this award, and Dr. Thompson was the 21st person since it was established in 1976. And so she had her two sons down there. We had several council members, administrators, city manager, assistant city manager, and we really had a good time recognizing her. And we thought that this picture was one that we took right after the first session. I think we have another picture in which Greg Habib, to my left, to your right. Greg is the mayor of Goose Creek, and he's the current Municipal Association president. And Todd Glover in the blue suit is the executive director of the Municipal Association. And that's the big award. She has her name on this plaque, and this is the one she got to take home. And so we're very proud of her, and I just would ask her to say a few words.
I guess number one, I would say, when they made this award, I said, who, me? But it was really, really a surprise, but really a great honor. As the mayor mentioned, there has been 21 such awards are given by the state of South Carolina, representing all the cities and towns in the state of South Carolina for all these many years. And this is the first time we brought this award home to the great city of what? Anderson, and our city council. So I want to say thank you for trusting me to serve you for 49 plus years as your council member. And It's been a great pleasure. It's been an honor, and I feel so grateful to be able to bring this home to you. So thank you again for this recognition. Thank you for your trust in me. You know, I've been here a long time, and I've served along with many council members, many mayors, beginning with Mayor Darvin Wright, Mayor Richard Shirley, and finally, our Mayor Terrence Roberts. Many, many council members, and I love them all, and I love you all. Thank you so much, and I feel so gratefully honored to bring this award home to the city of Anderson, the city of hospitality. And this, this is the one we brought home, my name on it. And of course, the big one is down in the municipal, no, where is it?
It's in
Down,
Columbia.
it's in Columbia at the Municipal Association.
And I didn't, fail to mention that Dr. Thompson was also the president of the Municipal Association too. And so we're very proud of that, for what she's done, not only for our city, but also for our state.
And I was the second female and the first African-American to serve as the president of South Carolina Municipal Association.
Great. Next on the agenda is the election of our Mayor Pro Tem, and that's a request for a one-year term beginning on July 25th. Ms. McEwen?
Mr. Mayor and Council, given that this is our first meeting in July, as we did travel to the Municipal Association meeting last week, or a week or two ago. I'm with you too. I'm off on time here in July. Each year, on a rotation list, based on seniority and those that have not served in the Mayor Pro Tem role, is selected. A Mayor Pro Tem is selected per our city code. The next council member on rotation is Mr. Jeff Roberts. He is willing to serve as Mayor Pro Tem. With that, Mayor, we need a vote from council for the election of the Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, sir. I'd entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
First by Dr. Thompson, second by Mr. Harvey. Any further discussion? No further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We have a new Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you. And I'd also like to recognize Mr. Newton and your year of service.
It was a good run.
So our minutes of our last meeting, the June 23rd meeting, have been distributed. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes?
Make the motion to approve.
First by Mr. Newton,
Second.
second by Mr. Martinez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes of June 23rd passed unanimously. We don't have any old business, but we have 7 items of new business. And our first item of new business is request consideration to purchase capital equipment for the Public Works Division. Ms. McEwen?
Okay, also given that this is our first meeting into our new fiscal year, and from the adopted budget that we had that includes budgeted capital equipment purchases, these next 2 items are just that. They're budgeted capital equipment that we need for our various departments, and we'll start off first with Public Works. This is regarding the sanitation, the division of Public Works. Mr. Ken Molenus will present this item. Mr. Molenus.
Thank you, Mr. McEwen. Mayor, City Council, tonight the Public Works Division is requesting approval to purchase a wheel loader tractor and a flatbed diesel truck for the sanitation department. These council approved capital equipment funds with the 25-26 budget on June 23rd, 2025. Public Works has identified department priorities, and these 2 items been listed as priorities for the department. You should have in your packets a description of the equipment that we're requesting tonight. The first item being a wheel loader tractor with a 4-in-1 bucket. This is the equipment that we use to daily to pick up the collection of the curbside debris. We went and we solicited bids for our quotes for from 3 vendors for this equipment. We have Old Stone Tractor with who gave us a quote for a New Holland W80C in the amount of $109,110.84. And then we've got we had a quote for a CAT 906 wheel loader from Blanchard Machinery. And then we had another quote from Ag Pro, which is a John Deere 244 P-Tier compact. The recommendation is for the purchase of the New Holland W80C from Old Stone. We've got several of these in our fleet currently, and they're good tractors for us. And then the second item is a flatbed diesel truck with a dump body. This will replace a 2006 F-750 flatbed truck. This also will be utilized daily for the collection of the curbside debris. Tractors load the debris into the dump truck, and this is one of the trucks that we would use to do that with. We had obtained 2 quotes, one from Florence Truck Center. This would be a Mack MD 642 with a Cummins diesel engine in the amount of $137,487.96. And then we obtained a quote from Worldwide Kenworth out of Columbia for a T280 with a Packard diesel. That came in at $157,872. So our recommendation for the flatbed would be for the Mack MD 642. This would be the 4th flatbed Mack flatbed truck that we have. The total of both of the items is $246,598.80. And I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about this equipment.
Yeah, and real quick, I'll just add 2 more things. Thank you, Ken. Is that these are the workhorses behind Pope Works Streets Division. As you know, he mentioned the daily pickup, but also these were used 24/7 when we did the storm recovery. And so these were having this type of equipment that we have was massive in our ability to recover from the storms. So they can quickly be converted to storm operations and emergency management use as well. We did budget capital replacement funds estimate at $245,000, and so this is right on par with that. With that, we recommend moving forward. Answer any questions. That's Mr. Molina's.
Thank you. We have the recommendation. Any comments, questions?
Motion to approve.
First by Mr. Roberts. Second by Mr. Steele. Any further discussion?
I have a real quick question, Mayor.
Mr. Horby?
So the state contract for both of there's a state contract available for both of these, and you know I see that the Old Stone's going to be ready in 6 to 9 months. What normally the state contract is a decent price. I think in the past we bought vehicles and different things, Mr. McEwen, that through the state contract because of the price difference. What's the thinking on the state contract being $10,000 more and $20,000 more with the vehicles?
Yeah, we're seeing that more and more, and it's really their sourcing and inventory and then in demand this type of year too, even though it's locked in on the state contract. But some of these other vendors are wanting to compete in this area, and we have great success with the New Hollands and Old Stone Tractor as a vendor as well. And so with certain pieces of equipment, we like to put it out there to see if it can be beat, and because these are all great products here, all 3 of them. And in this case, it's a good deal of savings.
And that's sort of what I would lead to thank Mr. Mullinax for going out. And I mean, it'd be easy to buy the state contract because you think that's a good deal, but you just save the taxpayers $30,000 by
Yes, sir.
finding a better deal somewhere else.
Many of the cities just will buy state straight from there, but we know we can source it a lot of times,
And especially when it's somebody local.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good, any other questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you. Our second item is request consideration to purchase portable radios for the fire department. Mr. McEwen?
This purchase again is budgeted as well in our capital funds. We budgeted $222,265 for that. This is a little bit different than the sourcing that we just talked about in that this is very specific and to the use and specifications needed for public safety today and communications. We're lucky enough before Mr. King gets started to the investment from council in our budget to be ahead of the game when it comes to the change in technologies, because that's what we're looking at here is change in technologies and the public safety realm of communication. If you can remember, we did the police department. It was last year, and we bought the whole series of new radios for them too. It was all, and Chief King can tell you a little bit more about the radio set, but it was all part of the new specifications that they're going to and how that the interoperability and how that they'll communicate, and they're basically taking offline the old versions. So with that, Chief Charlie King.
Good evening, and thank you. Our request tonight is phase one of our radio system replacement in portable radios, handheld radios that the firefighters carry every day. Mobile radios, which are mounted in vehicles, will be later time at phase two, but tonight is 43 portable radios and the needed accessories to go with those: 2 batteries, the chargers, the lapel microphones. The current fleet of radios that we operate with were bought in 2008. They reached the end of their Motorola service life, meaning parts quit being available for those 3 years ago. And in 2027, January 1 of 27, the state won't allow them to operate on their network. So they've reached an end of their service life as well as their maintenance life. For the past 18 months, the Sheriff's Office has allowed us to part out some of the radios as they continue to replace them, pulling knobs and antennas and cases off of them so we can continue to use them. But the radios that we're asking to buy, we want to continue to operate on the state's Palmetto 800 system. It is a state-managed radio interoperability system that's available in all 46 counties. To most public safety agencies are functioning on that. Here in Anderson, it gives us the opportunity to have interoperability with the Anderson Police Department, with Sheriff's Office, EMS, and some of the county fire service, as long as our statewide response partners. That Palmetto 800 system has proven to have strong system dependability when cell phone networks, internet networks, CAD systems went down during Helene, and we've experienced during other storms. That Palmetto 800 system continued to work statewide and has given us a lot of confidence to stay with that system. Every one of our firefighters currently carries 2 radios every day in their riding positions. That's one of these 800, we call them, that we use for everyday operations. And then they have a second radio, a VHF radio, that allows them to function when we respond mutual aid with our county partners. We've continued to build a great relationship with Public Works for storm response, for special events, soirees, you name it, and interoperability with Public Works would require us to even carry a 3rd radio to be on the Moto Turbo system that they have. So the radios that we're asking for will allow us to combine all 3 of those technologies into a single unit, into what's called a multi-band, multi-protocol radio that would be issued to each one of the firemen, that would allow them to function daily within our daily operations, respond out into the county fire service, as well as when we need that interoperability with our public safety partners, or public works partners as well. We talk maintenance life. We would look to portables this year, mobile radios in fiscal year 2027. Requesting, we talked a little state contract just a second ago. We are looking to purchase from state contract a Kenwood version of the radios from P25 Solutions at $221,475 with a 90-day contracted delivery time of those radios. While we would own the radios and maintain batteries and accessories, the county IT department and their technical services, which manages radios, would handle the programming and system maintenance for us, as well as continue to pay subscriber fees. These radios operate a lot like a cell phone, as they have to have pay for service each month on those, and county government provides that subscription fee to us, as well as the basic maintenance needs of those radios throughout the life of them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chief. Any comments, questions?
I'll make the motion to approve.
First by Mr. Newton,
Second.
second by Mr. Harmon. Further discussion?
Are we still the top one in the state of South Carolina, the top fire department
I'm
in
sorry.
South Carolina?
Yes, ma'am, we're still, ISO Class 1 rated, which is in the top, classification you have in the United States.
Any other questions?
Chief, you did mention the county, but do we reimburse the county, or is that something the county just pays for?
The county provides that to all the Palmet 800 users. They've got an allotment in the way they set up to do that. It provides them a price break in the number of units they're able to have, so that's just been long-standing since the fire department swapped to that system, that the county covers those user fees. We provide the hardware, the radios and the accessories to it. And they've got a 5-person radio group there that are super to work with. This weekend was a great example that when we had a radio issue, they were right there. We had one that went out of service, and they had somebody within minutes that was able to just hand another one to the responders.
I will add to
Great
that, though,
relationship.
they have a separate fund for it, and it's funded through 911 service fees. So when you call on 911, Verizon or whoever your carrier is, there'll be a charge for that, and those fees come into this special fund that they have, and it's part of our agreement with them with the consolidated dispatch. So we have an agreement with them where everybody used to have their own dispatches, and as part of that, kind of brought all the funds together to fund the service fees.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Would that be similar to the 46 counties? Is it a
Yes,
state,
yeah,
in every county?
Pretty much. I mean, you still have some fractional areas. Greenville's still battling that with some different cities and special purpose districts, and now they're trying to bring it together. But for the most part, across the state, it's been consolidated on the county level, and all those fees come into one place.
Mr. Harvey?
And I also see that there's gonna be some lapel microphones. Have we had those in the past?
We do.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think that's a really good thing.
The use of those helps protect the radios. I won't say that they're abused. They're experienced every day in the way that they're just carried into the environments that we work in. And the use of the lapel mic allows the firefighter to wear the radio under his coat to where it's protected, and the lapel mic is out of the collar of the coat to where it protects. Because again, while the radios are sophisticated and do a lot of things, they're still in pretty rough environments. So we want to protect them from the heat, the steam, the water that they're exposed to. So those lapel mics really do more to protect the radio as much as anything else.
Good. Anything else? I had a first and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. And probably off script, Chief, I guess this might be within the purview of the topic. Could you talk a little bit about your team's participation in the Rock This Country weekend and what we did to facilitate?
While I'm not sure that it rocked the country, it certainly rocked Anderson over the weekend. This was the second year that the Anderson Civic Center staff has hosted the Rock the Country event. It saw about 22,000 people attend that event last year. We're hearing numbers as high as 40,000 attended this year over the 2 days to various country genre folks that were there. And can't say enough that while the Chief Brandon, our Assistant Fire Chief, led the planning effort for our agency along with law enforcement, EMS, Public Works, and the producers of that show, they really started the minute the show ended last July into that planning process. And it paid off that we weren't expecting 100-degree heat wave to come in. for that show, but as got early into last week, we saw that it was gonna be a long weekend, added some resources, but again, folks showed up in just incredible numbers. They moved into the site on Thursday, where, different than a lot of concerts, they don't go home. They camp there, everything from a blanket under the stars to multi-million-dollar RVs come in to the property there and stay on site and have a great time through the weekend. But again, into Friday, large crowd, heat certainly took its toll on a lot of folks. They treated about 300 folks on Friday, and that, again, while the fire department was responsible for medical and fire protection outside of the venue site, meaning any of the property that adjoined the concert venue, we were responsible for both medical and fire. Most folks moved into the site, so when the heat hit, the inside venue was overwhelmed. The fire department stepped up. Keith Moody and the transit team, we already had one city bus on site. That was something we started a couple of years ago. They were able to bring a second bus. We moved those city buses into the venue site and began bringing people in and treating. And firefighters were able to treat about 186 persons within 3.5 hours through those 2 city buses. That they were able to bring them in, get them water, get them in the air condition, provide them baseline treatment, decide whether they were going to a hospital, going to an on-site medical tent, and again, was able to handle that large surge of folks that just really wasn't expected. And both of those buses remained on site operating through Friday night into Saturday and were released Sunday about noon. But just, again, a total team effort between public safety, fire, EMS, law enforcement to handle that event. They were kind of punched in the mouth there Friday about 10 a.m., 11 o'clock, and it didn't stop till Sunday morning. So we learned a lot, but performed really well, I feel, and look forward to doing this again in a year. Hopefully cooler weather.
Thank you, Chief.
No one lost their lives, did they?
No, ma'am. Were no serious injuries throughout. There was, I think, 5 that were transported off-site, but none were serious life threats during the course of the event.
Thank you, appreciate you. Thank you. Our next item of new business is request consideration of a referral to the Planning Commission, a petition to rezone the back portion of 2200 North Main Street from NC Neighborhood Commercial to a combination of RM18 multifamily residential and a R10 single-family residential. Mr. McEwen.
Thank you. This is a proposed infill residential development in the North Main at Duckworth Lane area. And this is one we anticipated. This is a referral. Mr. Maurice McKenzie, our Planning Development Director, will go over this for us.
Okay, thank you. This property consists of 2.1 acres. It's located at the corner of North Main Street and Duckworth Lane. And it's the intent of the applicant to keep the front portion of the property as neighborhood commercial. 0.81 acres is proposed to remain the same, but as you travel down Duckworth Lane, you can see in your packet that Duckworth Lane has several hundred feet of frontage of this piece of property that travels down. So they want to make a combination of RM18 for 1.06 acres of the property. Then at the very back, they would like to rezone the property to R10 single-family residential. On the RM18 portion of the property, it's their intent to construct approximately 14 townhouses. And then on the very back piece of property, where it will be zoned R10, they plan on building a single-family house. The property in the very back is zoned R10, as you can see on that map, so it transitions into that residential neighborhood. But the neighborhood commercial zoning classification does allow townhouses, but the RM18 guidelines allow more density, so they can get more density out of it, and also more favorable lot sizes. In the neighborhood commercial zoning classification, townhouse lots have to be at least 5,000 square feet in size, and that's just not really typical of what we see of townhouse development these days. They're usually more in the 2,500 square foot range. That's what we've been approving through PDDs and things like that. So that's the reason they're asking for that to have a little more development flexibility. But if it is rezoned in this manner, it will eliminate the potential for commercial development to encroach further into that neighborhood. And having this step down in zonings from neighborhood commercial to RM18 to R10 single family, it provides a transition into that residential neighborhood. But again, that's what this is requested. It is proposed to go to the Planning Commission on August 5th. So after that, it will come back to you with more detail. But tonight, we're requesting that you refer this to the Planning Commission.
Thank you, Mr. McKenzie, and as mentioned, it will come back to us, but before it goes, are there any questions, Ms. Roberts? Jeff?
I realize this is a referral to the Planning Commission, but I want to get a couple of my thoughts out beforehand so that you guys know where I stand. But this is in the C3, the area that I serve, but I look back on our comprehensive plan just to get refreshing my thoughts on what we, what our planning document says. And I think this is our opportunity to start implementing our comprehensive plan. And several things that I just highlighted on that was cohesive streetscaping, similar landscaping as the area down through there redevelops. There's also mention of cross access, and I think I know what that means, but it's right now the sidewalk's right up at the back of the curb, but maybe provide cross access across the property away from the curb. And thirdly, a consistent design standard and setback with similar properties. I don't know, I couldn't remember, and I should have ridden by to look, but is there access now off of Main Street or is it off Duckworth? And I would suggest not having an additional access off Main Street so close to Duckworth at that intersection. And lastly, I know when Helene came along, there was a lot of trees down that were unaccounted for, but they started clearing this property before Helene happened, and there are a lot of big trees on the ground. So I want those to be counted in the tree count when landscaping requirements are established.
Now, I believe that was surveyed and noted, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. Thank you for those comments, and these are items that we will certainly take into consideration as we go through the site plan review process. As you mentioned, the cohesiveness with connectivity. Sidewalks are required, street trees are required as well, but getting to your point of the trees that were removed on the site, we took note of those. We know exactly which ones were removed, so those can be mitigated when they go to develop and replant on that site. So we're aware of that. Thank you.
And listen, I just took this right out of our comp plan, so I didn't invent this. It's just what we have already laid out as what our intentions for redevelopment of this Midtown area are.
We had good discussions about that with the comprehensive plan at one of the workshops and talking about, transitioning into the neighborhoods and what that looks like, and this is right in line with that.
Yeah, I like that step back down zoning, if you will, from the street to the residential area.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that was, when we had the joint meeting with the Planning Commission, I think that went a long ways. Mr. Martinez?
I was just gonna, I know this will come back to us. I would like us to just take a look. This road appears very narrow to me. I don't know if I don't know if it's just my perception of when I drive down there, but I frequent this road often because my in-laws live close to this area. But you almost have to play a little bit of chicken if someone's coming at the same time and one has to kind of veer off. It's very difficult for two cars to pass on the same lane. If we can just take a look at that when we look at it.
Definitely will.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else?
While we're looking at that, again, the connectivity, the sidewalks, because now there's gonna be more traffic, especially with the neighborhood commercial upfront designation. The road's already tight. We wanna make certain that there is access and there is a safe pathway for the residents that are behind there. So, love to see the sidewalks be part of that conversation.
Good point. Anything else, guys? I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to approve, to refer.
We have a first by Mr. John Roberts, second by Mr. Matt Harbin. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously. Our second item, again, is a referral, and it's request a referral planning commission, a petition to annex in zone 7.53 acres located at 3801 Clemson Boulevard from GC to GC General Commercial. Ms. McEwen?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and council. As, just get you familiar with the site, as you know, this is, you had the former Kmart site, and what's interesting here, it was owned by two different, corporations. So the Kmart site, was redeveloped. We annexed that into the city at the time of redevelopment, and included that it came up and had frontage there with Clemson Boulevard, and then Popeyes came in, so you have that out parcel there. This is the Publix. There is, two stores right before you get to the Publix. And so in this case, there was a vacant store. The store needed water service, and in return for that, they signed our covenants and agreement to annex into the city. This is part of our annexation strategy with this commercial property and filling in. As you can see, we're providing services in this area. We frequently we have police officers that are assigned to this area, and specifically these commercial outfits, and respond to them daily. So it makes sense that you have consistency of services there. Of course, we have transit. We also have fire service that is coordinated in this area, and of course, planned new fire department to cover this area as well. You can see it kind of wraps around the backside, and then the apartment complexes through there were annexed several years ago as well. So this is in line with our annexation strategy, the provision of services that we can provide. With that, we recommend referral to the Planning Commission.
Thank you. Any questions, comments?
I think this makes perfect sense. Again, I can't imagine some of the public safety logistical nightmares on it. Public safety is getting a call, and half the parking lots in the city, half the parking lots in the county. Is sheriff responding? Is police responding? How are we coordinating that? I think this will tie this area up nicely, make it better for everyone. This is in my district, so I would make a motion that we refer this to the Planning Commission.
First by Mr. Steele,
Second that.
second by Dr. Thompson. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Our fifth item is request consideration of a reappointment to the Anderson Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. Ms. McEwen?
Yeah, shifting gears just a bit here on the agenda, we will have on our next agenda, given the appointments coming up, but this is one we wanted to go ahead and put forth. It's a little bit overdue, but Jeff Trahan, the executive director here at the Anderson Housing Authority, has a good schedule on this and keeps us on task with it, and there's a letter attached. We are recommending to council the Linda McDowell. Her term expired, and she's expressed interest in continuing to serve on the board. It is a 5-year term, and for consideration of council for reappointment.
Thank you. Any questions? I think most of us know Ms. McDowell, but any questions or comments?
How often does the Housing Authority meet?
How often?
How often?
That is a good question. Anybody know that?
Do not know. I know it's at least quarterly.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Sometimes they have monthly meetings and so
Mhm.
forth.
Sure.
Any other questions?
I move that we reappoint Ms. McDonald to this position.
Second.
Yeah, first by Mr. Jeff Roberts, second by Mr. Newton. Any further discussions?
Just thankful, just like I say, thankful for what they do. I know Mr. Trahan and all the other board members really are diligent, and very grateful for their service.
I agree. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That item passes unanimously. Our sixth item of business is request consideration of a resolution for appointments of voting delegates to the South Carolina Rural Water Association. Ms. McEwen?
Yes, one of the things that Mr. Mayor, as you said before, we try to be at the table of representation, the city of Anderson throughout the state. regionally and nationally. And this is the case that our utility is a member of the South Carolina Rural Water Association. And with that, I'll ask Mr. Banks to come up, our utility director, to talk a little bit more about that and also what this appointment means. Mr. Banks.
Thank you. As Mr. McEwen indicated, we are a member of the South Carolina Rural Water Association. And the association is a nonprofit trade association that assists water and wastewater systems with low and no-cost training, assists with technical assistance, and those kind of things. The association also lobbies and monitors state and national legislatures and keeps the members abreast on water and wastewater issues. The bylaws of the association call for appointments of voting delegates of its members to include a primary and an alternate. And in your packet, you have a resolution authorizing an appointment of myself as the primary voting delegate and the Assistant Utilities Director, Alec Costick, as the alternate voting delegate. And with that, we're coming to you requesting approval of that resolution.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, comments, or
Quick question.
Mr. Horvath?
So, does each representative or each, I guess, person who has an interest in water have a delegate, so each person gets a vote? The entities that are a member, they have one vote per entity. Per entity? Yes. And about how many entities? Probably the majority of the utilities in the state are a member of the South Carolina Rural Water Association. And the South Carolina Association is a member of the National Rural Water Association. Gotcha. And so, again, and from the national level, they're petitioning and lobbying Congress and monitoring EPA and other legislative actions that are going down, and keep the members abreast and give them advice on what that means for their particular entity. Yeah. With that, I'd like to make a motion that we approve this, please, Mr. Mayor.
I'll second.
First by Mr. Horvath, second by Mr. Steele. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Banks. Our last item of new business is request a consideration of 10th supplemental bond ordinance approving the financing of the improved extension and enlargement of the water system of the city of Anderson through the borrowing by the city of not exceeding $3,343,000, including capitalized interest, if any, from the South Carolina State Drinking Water Revolving Loan Fund by agreement with the South Carolina Water Quality Revolving Fund Authority. Ms. McEwen.
Yes, this is state revolving fund finance funding for the Wellington Mills and the East Market Street water line replacement project that we have budgeted in. It's within our CIP, and the engineering's been completed, construction contract's been signed, and so this is kind of to wrap it up as far as the funding. Ms. Tamara Lindley's going to go over the funding piece and go over the aspects of that. Ms. Lindley.
This request seeks council approval of a debt service ordinance necessary to secure funding through the state revolving fund. This is building upon actions previously approved by council. On March 24th, council adopted a resolution in support of a drinking water state revolving fund loan for the replacement of water lines in the Wellington Mills and East Market Street areas. Then on June 23rd, council awarded a construction contract with LW Incorporated in the amount of $3,118,060 for the completion of this project. The South Carolina Water Quality Revolving Fund Authority provides low-interest financing for municipal water and wastewater infrastructure improvements through the Clean Water State Revolving Fund as authorized by the Federal Safe Drinking Water Act. The current interest rate is 2.3%. The estimated annual debt service is $209,007 over a 20-year term, with payments scheduled to begin in October of 2026. staff requests council's approval on first reading of a 10th supplement bond ordinance authorizing financing through the state revolving fund in the amount not to exceed $3,343,060 for the water line replacement project servicing the Wellington Mills and East Market Street areas.
And I'll just add real quick, the packet that you have before you, of course, is the supplemental bond ordinance. It was prepared by Mike Burns of Burr Foreman, as with our other bonds, and when we go out for any type of financing, and even with the state here, you do the same process. So it's just handled straight through them, through their program, subsidized program. So with that, Mr. Mayor, Council, we recommend moving forward with it.
Thank you. We had a scope of the project earlier in the meeting, but are there any questions and comments to the actual financing of the project? Mr. Roberts, Jeff?
Maybe remind me, but the repayment comes out of our water rates.
Yeah, so it's actually a enterprise fund. So
Yes.
In this case, this is a water project, so it's our water fund, and the water rates cover the debt service. And our first debt service payment will actually not be this fiscal year; it'll be the next fiscal year, and that's when we go out for bonds. You get to skip a year in the payment. So.
Okay, and also out of curiosity, are there other areas like this in our water service area that are in need of this type of replacement?
Yes. We did inherit an old system from the former utility owner, and so there are other areas, and we have done a system analysis, and so we'll continue moving along projects like this. And another one that will be coming up too, I'll just mention, is that we have several requests in some areas in the city, our service territory, and you got to remember that goes beyond our city limits. For expansion of lines also, that we currently do not have lines in the area. So Scott and I are looking at some of those areas right now to kind of start a line in there for some development.
So we should see more of this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Seems like we have seen a lot of this over the years. And I think sometimes I think, even I forget, I think we've got 6,000 or so customers outside of our city limits per se.
So major industrial customers and quite a number outside the city and growing. It's growing outside the city. So.
Good. Any other questions, comments?
Quick
Mr. Harvey and then Dr. Thompson.
The loan agreement, I actually sort of read through a little bit of it, and it's a lot of whereas. Every paragraph starts with whereas, and the mayor loves to read the whereas proclamations. The 2.3% is obviously a very attractable rate, and I assume that will stay for the life of the bond.
Yes.
The 2.3%, and then once we approve this, it'll be issued. Is that a locked-in rate that's not going to change?
Correct. Fits locked-in rate for the 20-year term.
Yeah, and so we've already got an agreement, so they can't go up on the rate.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been approved for this this debt service moving forward, and then close on it.
Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Thompson. I'm
Dr.
sorry.
Thompson.
It's going to affect customer water rates.
I'm sorry.
Affect customer water rates.
Not at this time, no, ma'am. We have no. We just adopted the budget with no sewer or water retail rate increases.
Good question. Any other questions, comments?
I'll make a motion we approve this, Mayor.
First by Mr. Harvey. Second by Mr. John Roberts. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. I would just in John's prayer, part of his prayer was about the heat and taking care of people and staying hydrated and so forth. So I would encourage everybody to stay hydrated and check on our friends and especially the elderly. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. First by Mr. Steele, Second by Mr. Harvey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?